Guys, welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent hot topics in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. This is our weekly recap of the Real Housewives of Miami, which is available on Peacock. There are a lot of people that don't realize that Real Housewives of Miami is back. That's because it's on Peacock. I think eventually Bravo will bring it to Bravo, but they wanted to test out this new way of putting out the Housewives. I believe we're only getting 14 episodes. This was what, episode 10? I think I put the wrong number for this one, but I believe this is episode 10. If not, we're on our way to episode 10. Oh, my Lord. Guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like this video, share the live, share it with your cousins, share it on your Twitter, share it on your social media. We appreciate you guys. Normally, we do this live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, but scheduling Fridays. I hope you guys are having a fantastic week and a fantastic Friday. We are live on multiple platforms, including TikTok. It will be easier and probably better sound quality if you head on over to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. That way you can also connect with our other listeners there. I will periodically look down to look at what you guys are saying, but it's so much easier if you go to either Kempire Daily on YouTube, Kempire Daily, or TheKempire on Facebook. We're also live on Twitch and Twitter at TheKempire. I appreciate you all being here. Look, we got to get into this episode. I felt like this was a decent episode. The last couple of episodes, I was like, eh. Let me show you guys. I had to show you guys this thumbnail. I found it. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to the Kempire Daily YouTube channel where you get daily and consistent content. Don't forget, though, you're missing out if you haven't checked out what you missed already today, and that is everything in pop culture, including a story about Kanye West versus Billie Eilish. Wendy Williams and the Wells Fargo debacle has another update. If you missed that, be sure to check that out. And what else did I post about today? There was another story. I can't even remember. There's so many stories that I don't get to cover, but I do end up talking about on my podcast, Kempire Radio, on all podcast platforms. So if you haven't subscribed to my podcast, Kempire Radio, it's not the same stuff. Trust and believe. I get a little bit more, I want to say raunchy, but a little bit more unfiltered, just because all these other platforms, if you say the wrong word, they're like, get out of here. So on the Kempire Radio podcast, I talk a little bit more explicit. We got to talk about Nelly. We got to talk about, the thing. So be sure to subscribe to the podcast. That will be out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. All right. Shout out to everyone that's already in the room and having conversation. We appreciate you guys. Hey, happy Friday. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Friday. Here we are. Let's talk about Miami. So the Real Housewives of Miami, we're already more than halfway through the season. And the fight between Larsa and Adriana is the focal point this week and next week. And you may have seen the trailer for Miami, and it was the whole Adriana calling Larsa out for being a Kim Kardashian lookalike. So now we're understanding where the buildup is coming from. But before we get to that fight, let's talk about what we get at the beginning of this episode. And at the beginning of this episode, we get Larsa and Alexia hang. I forgot that Alexia had that little beauty bar, Alexia and Frankie's. I'm watching old seasons of the Real Housewives of Miami, just kind of refreshing my mind about some of the ladies. And there's a lot that I don't remember, especially because I really wasn't invested in Miami. But now I am. I really am invested because they're giving us luxurious lifestyles. They're giving us fashions. We're getting Miami. Miami's a sexy city. There's no reason why Miami should have dropped the ball the way that it did. But I'm excited. I'm excited for this new iteration of Miami, and hopefully we can keep it going overall. So let's just talk about that. So Larsa and Alexia, they have a conversation at her beauty bar. They're getting pedicures. I need to go get a pedicure. And a manicure and a facial. I love doing that stuff. Don't forget to treat yourself, y'all. Don't forget to treat yourself. I've digressed. Anyways, so Larsa talks about, first of all, everything that happened in the Hamptons trip. Apparently, there is some sort of beef brewing between Alexia, Lisa, and I don't want to say Larsa, a little bit. But they're talking about Lisa because Lisa was like, I'm tired from the Hamptons trip. And what are you tired from? From sharing a bed or sharing a room? I look, a lot of us agreed. As an adult, do I really want to share a room with someone? No. Just saying. But I can get where they're saying, what they're saying. Here I go twerking on a fence. It's been a while since I said twerking on a fence. I stay twerking on the fence. Yes, giving yourself a manicure tonight. I think I give myself a manicure, but I'm ready to go pay someone to do it for me and then massage my hand when they're done. Every once in a while, not all the time. Not all the time. You got to be on a budget sometimes, all right? Exactly. Michael says Larsa is so judgmental. And as I rewatch old seasons, the first season with Larsa, I'm like, this has been Larsa. Larsa, whatever you did to the nose, I don't know if that's filler because Larsa used to have a very like pointy nose. And a lot of times people try to aim to get that pointy nose and we're like, ooh. But Larsa, she filled up that nose. And I'm like, okay, it looks good. I don't know about the lips and all the other stuff. But I was just like, oh, I see what she did with it. I completely forgot what her original nose looked like. Unless something happened, I don't know. But I think she put filler. It looks good. Maybe to look more like him. Anyways, they're talking about Lisa and how Lisa's becoming a prima donna. We know they're probably going to address more of that coming into the reunion. I'm actually interested to see what this reunion is going to be like because there's a lot of stuff they need to unpack, especially with Nicole, Marisol, and Alexia. Nicole still doesn't see it for Marisol or Alexia, especially Marisol. It gets a little awkward at Guerdy's charity event, but we'll get there. Let me just make sure Larsa talked about her relationship with Scotty and how Scotty is using Sophia as a way to control her because she was like, let's sell the house. As you know, they've been trying to sell the house this season. And as you know, they recently finalized their divorce. So she says that Scotty, when she mentioned to Scotty, let's sell the house, he was like, well, then send Sophia back to California. And, she loves her kids and she especially wants to have Sophia with her. That's her youngest. Say what you want about Larsa. She loves those kids, especially she loves all the kids, I'm sure. But especially Sophia, that's her baby. She doesn't want to be away from the kids. So he's using that over her head. Scotty, you dirty dog. You couldn't control Michael Jordan, so you're trying to control Larsa. I still need to watch that documentary. Anyways. All right. So Lisa, sidebar, we were watching the Real Housewives of Miami together on my TikTok last night, right? TikTok? Someone says Moon says Larsa is so unrecognizable. I mean, especially when you watch season 1, you're like, oh. So Lisa goes to Lenny's, Dr. Lenny. I actually need to call him, we call him Lenny, but we should be calling him Dr. Lenny. I actually like Lenny, but then again, I need to refresh my brain on season 2, where we're introduced to them. So far, I'm okay with Lenny, but a lot of you said, "Oh, he was so nasty to her on the show in the early years." Okay, just let me just rest this week in regards to Lenny's okay in my book right now. Right now, okay. So Lenny, she goes to Lenny's office, Dr. Lenny's office. And as you know, he is a top tier. He is the boob doctor of all boob doctors. Okay. He even did hers. I'm refreshing my brain. He did hers. He had to redo hers because she had sort of like a uni boob. Is that what Meredith Marks has? I'm not body shaming. I just want to know, is that what happened? She went to the wrong surgeon? I mean, look, Seth is the one trying to say, oh, you need to get what Whitney has. That's disrespectful, Seth. I was about to say, where's my water? How do we talk about Salt Lake City? Oh, Salt Lake City. One more episode, y'all, before the reunion. And it's not even this week. Next week. And then we went down a rabbit hole last night trying to figure out Larsa's ethnicity. We know she's from Canada. Shout out to all the Canadians. I love Canadians. Every time I meet a Canadian on a trip, I'm like, oh my God, Canadians are so sweet. I mean, that's a thing. So I get now why I love Larsa. Not Larsa. Oh, damn. Damn you, Larsa. No, why I love Lisa. We went down a rabbit hole. I still haven't done my due diligence in trying to figure it out. But those kids, see, that's the thing. When you get all the surgeries and whatnot, and we love you, Lisa, but can we talk? When you get all the surgeries, those kids be telling your business. Those kids be telling your business. Awkward. Okay. Alex is in the building. Alex says we are sweet, just like like maple syrup. I need to get to Canada at some point. Anyway, oh, she's Lebanese. Wait, I thought that was Larsa. Is also Lisa Lebanese? I thought that was Larsa. See, IA says Lisa is part black. Because yeah, we did some digging yesterday, and from what we heard, her mother might be half Jamaican, and I was like, another reason to love Lisa. I haven't done my research, but anyways, I've digressed. So Lisa's in Dr. Lenny's office looking through his phone. Really, Lisa? We find out though, Dr. Lenny says that the ladies be slipping in his DM. I believe it. First of all, looking at Lenny, he's not my type. Not that I have a type, but he's not a bad looking man. He's not a bad looking man. Oh, Jamila's confirming. She says Lisa's mom is Jamaican. See? It wouldn't surprise me. So I have Jamaican cousins that went from Jamaica to Canada, went right over the United States, said, never mind, and went to look and went there. Okay. All right. Back to this. So Lisa's in the office, and this is where we get to the conversation of, she needs a nanny. And I know a lot of you are like, boo hoo, you need a nanny. But you saw those kids when she took those kids to that candy place. Those kids are wild. Those kids are wild. And then why did Lisa think that Lenny's elderly parents were going to come help her? And her biggest problem is that, the nanny agency, they can't find anyone that speaks English. If anything, I would want my kids to learn some Spanish. Right? Wouldn't you? But I can also understand, okay, are they able to communicate with you as the parent? That might be a difficult thing, but they're in Miami. Those kids better learn some Spanish. I'm just saying, the thing to be nowadays is multilingual. I wish I knew multiple languages. Just saying. All I know is patois and English. But Lenny doesn't think she does anything at home. And I think a lot of women, even if you're not as privileged as Lisa, have that people think a stay-at-home mom isn't doing anything. No, that's a lot of work. And I thought in 2022 we knew that, but Lenny might know things that we don't know, that even though she might not have a solid nanny, she might have additional help that we haven't seen. And her biggest decision is which Rolls Royce she's going to drive, even though she admits that is actually a decision she has to make. Really? Jesus says, bilingual is always good, especially in work environments. I used to work in corporate America. Knowing another language became a huge, huge moneymaker for a lot of people. It's in the law field. Just an FYI, if you're thinking about taking up a language, they made a lot of money, those that were multilingual. Just saying. Melisha says you need a village. I can only imagine. You can't always rely on a nanny either, especially nowadays. I would honestly prefer if I had a village of just actual family than strangers coming through my house. To be honest. Can we talk? So she does. Look, I don't believe that Lisa is not doing anything. I do believe that Lisa really is doing something, and that Lenny doesn't really appreciate that she is doing something. But I also think that Lisa, she's used to a certain type of lifestyle. Does Lisa come from humble beginnings? I wonder if, like, what life she had before Lenny. You know what I mean? I'm rewatching season 2, so maybe we will have a better picture there. But is she an only child? I know Lenny is. And we find out in this episode that Lisa's very much like Lenny's mom. But that's not unusual. That's not unusual. I learned from Oprah years ago. Yes, I was watching Oprah when I was a kid. That a lot of us get into relationships to complete our childhoods. So it's no surprise that a lot of people end up marrying people very similar to their parents. God, no. Oh, Jamila says, Jamila, you know a lot about Lisa, which I appreciate. Jamila says, no, Lisa has siblings. Well, she sure acts like an only child. Tara says, Lisa has always had a kind heart. Okay, Lenny, take a week off and deal with the kids yourself. See how it goes. Especially because we got to see those kids in action. Just saying, it was a lot. Hey, Norma. Norma says, my kids speak English, Spanish, and Serbian. See? That's amazing. And I know a lot of kids that where their parents want them to sort of get, learn English, be fully integrated into America, so they won't teach them their native language. And I'm like, no, teach them both, because it's going to help them in the world, be it with profession, career, whatever. It's helpful. It's helpful. I think it's also really good for your brain. That's why I really want to, this year, start working on my French. I have no basis for French. I learned Spanish in school, but I always wanted to learn French. I need to learn. I need to focus on it. And then I'll talk to all my Canadian friends in French. The Canadian friends, because they're closer. I have some French friends that live in France, but come on. And look, French people, I understand Canadian French is very different than the native tongue. Okay. It's all right. Exact Jack said, get bilingual pay. I'm telling you, I used to, as you guys know, and I'll talk more about this in my podcast because more of you want me to share about my personal experiences in the podcast. But there was a period when I supervised temporary attorneys, and we were dealing with a big case that was a Japanese case. So we had a lot of Japanese attorneys that were making like $100 an hour. $100 an hour, sometimes more, for like 2 years because of the litigation that was going on. I could share that, right? Yeah, that was public knowledge. That was public knowledge. I was like, wait, can I share? Oh, Norma says, Kempire, Serbian men are tall and fire. I believe you. Damn it. Norma, I'm trying to focus here. I can't even remember what we're talking about. Oh, we're talking about the Real Housewives of Miami, if you're just joining. For those that are just joining us, we are recapping the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Miami. We do this every single week. We normally do it a little bit earlier, but we don't have End Just Like That anymore. So I might play around with the times, but more than likely we will stick to 12 p.m., 12:30 p.m. Either way, here we are. For the replay crew, I always want to know how you would rate this episode. I did post a question in the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. And I said, who do you think was more wrong this week? And overwhelmingly, at 61%, with almost 150 votes, you guys said that Adriana was 61% wrong. And I honestly have to agree with you guys. We'll get to Adriana in just a second. Guerdy, Nicole, Kiki. Kiki is in every scene she's not even a friend of. I guess Kiki was just like, I want to be here. I just want to be here. Look, I just want to be here. I guess being on the show is just as good because we all know her name. We all know if we saw her in the street, Kiki. It probably is getting her booked and busy. Why was she modeling in Guerdy's show? And they introduced her as Guerdy's friend. Why wasn't she modeling? She would have been perfect. We will get to Guerdy's charity event in just a second. But Guerdy, Nicole, and Kiki and Julia end up hanging out. Of course, they're talking about Guerdy's charity event that's coming. Julia brings eggs. I think that, first of all, Nicole's like, I've never received a gift of eggs. But to me, I actually like that. If I eat eggs, that's fresh eggs from your farm. I think it's a nice gift. Personally. But Julia is still upset. We got a little inkling of Julia being upset about the statement that Larsa made in reference to Nicole having her child out of wedlock. Revisiting the first season with Larsa has said some problematic things, y'all. She has said some problematic things. She is a little, what's the word? It's hard to even describe what Larsa is, but she is consistently problematic. And Julia is still upset about it because she took it personally because she's like, I had my kids out of wedlock. And in this day and age, Who cares? But Larsa feels like she has the pedigree of resumes. She's been married the longest. She has the most kids. How long was she married to Scotty? Because if I recall, Guerdy said that she's been married or with her husband for 26 years. They've been together since high school. Either way, I don't feel like you're getting a divorce. Things happen. I'm not judging, but when you say you have the pedigree of resumes of the ladies, okay. All right. Of course, Nicole is still in her feelings about what went down between her and Marisol in the Hamptons. So much so when Marisol arrives at Guerdy's, Haiti event. Sidebar, they didn't even raise the $25,000. I posted a link to everyone to the blog post that Guerdy did on her website. I can't recall if they posted an actual donation link, but they do mention the foundation there. So in case anybody wants to donate, I was a little upset. All these people that have money, they couldn't make sure that she got to the $25,000. She was short like $7,000, less than $7,000. I was like, really? We all thought it was we all thought it was pretty low in general, but she wasn't even able to raise that. At least she set her bar low. You remember Deshaun Snow in the $1 million charity event that never was. Can we talk? Oh, damn. Is Larsa the second wife? I can't even remember. Norma, petty Gree. Foxy says Adriana is actually right about Larsa. Yeah, she is. I think the reason why people don't love Adriana is because of Adriana's approach. And Adriana has been like this for years. I'm rewatching the seasons. I'm like, Adriana has just always been drama. But her and Marisol are bringing a lot this season. I'm wondering why producers did not make them full-time housewives. To me, they've probably been the most entertaining. Just saying. Oh, yes. Tacky Toya. Bring back Lea Black from rewatching that and seeing Lea. She was great on the show. But she's not really in Miami anymore. I think she's like back and forth. Micah says Nicole is a doctor. Guerdy has been married for 20 plus years too. We want to talk resume. Well, Larsa needs to step off her high horse. Larsa really thinks that she is above all of them. She feels like she's a queen. She literally says it when Adriana calls her out. You think you're the queen? And she's like, yes. Larsa, queen of what? You were on the show for one season. I think the only reason why they brought you back was because of your association to the Kardashians and you were going through a divorce. After this season, I don't see any reason to bring you back. Do we see a reason to bring her back next season? High Vibe, thank you so much for the super chat. High Vibe says, honestly, Real Housewives of Miami should have had Marisol as a housewife and made Larsa a friend of. Right? No matter how team Nicole I was the last couple of weeks, I still love Marisol. Marisol's dress, that yellow dress that she came to Guerdy's charity event, I was like, wow, she looked gorgeous. All of them looked really, really nice. All of them looked really nice, but I just love the detail. It was just classy. It was beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Shout out to Marisol. I love Marisol no matter what. No matter if I feel like she was really trying to be relevant those last couple of weeks in the Hamptons, I still love her. Brianna says, I love Lea Black. A lot of people have been saying that. I've seen that comment quite a few times in the last 2 weeks. You never know. Maybe next season. Maybe she'll come back just because we're asking her back. Tyler Reese says Guerdy is getting sued by a couple in New York City. It's not me. Look, once you are successful, being sued is almost like, okay, here we go. So it wouldn't surprise me. They might be mad about an event that she did, or I'm not even worried about that. Guerdy understood the assignment this season. She's bringing fashion. She's bringing a story. I love her husband. We got to hear more from her husband this week. Husband's cute. Her dad flew in from Europe to see this charity event that she put together in remembrance of her brother who died in the earthquake in Haiti 10 years ago, along with his 2 young daughters. So sad. I'm still mad we didn't raise $25,000. Guerdy, let us know how we can help you raise $25,000. Just saying. Oh wow, a lot of people miss Lea Black. Y'all really dropped the ball on this one. Brianna says, I don't think Lea will come back. The girls did her shady. Oh, wait, I gotta remind myself of that, y'all. Don't spoil it for me. I'm rewatching season 2 right now. I really don't remember this show chapter and verse. I mean, that's probably why they got canceled. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone wasn't a fan. Oh, I lost it. Oh, there we go. I was not a fan of Lea Black. Uh-oh. I mean, I get that too. I get why people didn't like Lea, but I, as a producer in my brain, I'm like, she makes good TV. She makes good TV. Data says, I can't see Lea in this circle. She was always the odd one out, but she was the mayor. she was head honcho in the group, and maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't bring her back. Maybe Larsa was like, I'm not coming back if she comes back. Not that she would have that much pull. Just saying. Danny says, I wasn't a fan of Lea. Wow. Okay. Bree says, just joining. Adriana was wrong, but get to pass from me because I don't like Larsa. Adriana always understands the assignment when it comes to bringing the mess. Yeah, she really does. She really does. Oh, wait, hold on. Ooh, there we go. Southern Girl says, Lea Black is great TV. We shall see. We shall see. You never know. If season 4 does well, I can see them bringing the show back. I really can see them bringing the show back. I feel like it's been a solid season so far, even though those last couple of episodes, I was like, never go back to the Hamptons, ladies. Don't go back to the Hamptons. Let's go to a Caribbean island. I don't want to see these ladies in the Hamptons. But I understand, pandemic. But I think for next season, we'll be able to do more. Just saying. Even though they're in Florida. Not a mask in sight at that Guerdy party, except her father. But Bravo and Peacock have been very, good about how, testing and filming and that kind of thing. So I'm not too worried. Anyways, I've gotten all the way to Guerdy's party and I skipped over a couple of things. So guys, we have already over 300 people watching. Let's get to 150 likes. I'll drop the call-in link if you guys want to call in and share your thoughts on the latest episode of the Real Housewives of Miami. Already more than halfway through the season. I believe we only have like 4 more episodes left. Okay. So Larsa, Kiki, and Adriana go out for drinks. A trifecta I did not think would happen. I could see Kiki and Larsa hanging out, but Kiki, Larsa, and Adriana, I think they wanted to stir trouble. So they're hanging out. They're talking about their love lives. It's a girls' night out. Kiki's just there looking fabulous. And Adriana shows up and somehow they get into a conversation. Oh, because they're talking about, we're going to call it the penis. We're going to call it penis because later on in the episode, that's exactly what Adriana refers to it when she's speaking to Marisol. So we're going to call it a penis. Okay. A penis. Penis. All right. Let me take a sip. Hold on, y'all. Exactly. That makes sense. Janice says, I heard it's 2 new episodes and 2-part reunion. So that makes sense. 4 more episodes. Brianna says, somebody please introduce Kiki to some cute guys already. I know, poor thing. I mean, she's got a kid, so it's not like she's, hurting. It's not like she's hurting. I doubt she's hurting. She's probably just currently single. Data's like, what's a penis? That's how we're going to refer to it because at this little get together, Adriana brings up the fact that she's seen Kanye's documentation. We talked a lot about Kanye, but we never talked about this part. She said at Art Basel, which is very popular in Miami, she went into the bathroom and she, happened to see his penis. And of course, because Larsa and Kim Kardashian were best friends. I'm going to say best friends in quotes because, a lot of these celebrities love to say best friends. How much of best friends were they really? So, of course, Larsa's uncomfortable. She's like, oh, my God. First of all, you're bringing this up on the show. And this is a very personal thing. And even though they're getting divorced, they are still married. They still have kids together. She probably doesn't want to talk about them on the show. She briefly does talk about what went wrong in their relationship. And she says she was, based on what we knew, she was in between the two of them. Word on the street was that she didn't approve of Kanye. And she had told Kim that, and Kim didn't like that. And here we are. That's why sometimes you should not get involved in people's marriages or relationships, because then you become the bad guy. That's happened to me before. I'm no longer friends with this person. Good riddance. I'm completely okay being someone's friend and not friends with their partner. Doesn't mean I'm going to be nasty to you. We don't need to hang out. Some people aren't okay with that. And I think that's what's happening with Kim, Kanye, and Larsa. It's so much so it affected their friendship and their relationship. MP in my TikTok chat says Adriana was trying too hard. She definitely was. But I also got the feeling after rewatching it the second time before this live that Larsa did divulge some things to Adriana before. And that's now Adriana's like, why all of a sudden you don't want to talk about them? Sidebar, and this is no offense to Adriana. However, can you give us some subtitles with Adriana? Because there are certain words that I missed, and I'm like, what did she say there? And I felt like it was important to know what she said, and they didn't give us any subtitles. I need a little subtitles. But Adriana would not stop. She's like, I'm talking about my life. What happened to me? He's a public figure. That's what they kept on saying. Figure? She's like, all my friends are public figures. Here we go with Larsa. Larsa really feels like she is a celebrity. I'm sure there are plenty of people that don't know who Larsa is. I know who Larsa is, and I don't know why I know who Larsa is. Maybe because, no, it's not even because it's recent that I kind of know who Larsa is. I kind of vaguely remember her from Real Housewives, but it wasn't. Larsa really thinks that she is popular. The Heather says, you don't think Larsa was asking Kanye for Yeezys like Kim's cousin? If you missed that story, that's a mess. I mean, Kanye, if you're part of the Kanye situation, you're getting Yeezys. I'm just saying, those ugly shoes. I got a pair. They're comfortable as hell, though. Kanye is problematic, but those shoes are comfortable. And I have flat feet, so I'm very like I can't wear any kind of shoe. I put those suckers on. It's like I was walking on air. I said, "What in the witchery is going on?" He's a genius. Still problematic though. Tyler says they're comfy. They are. Bree says, "Not you having a pair." I do, because people told me they're comfortable, and I was like, there are a lot of sneakers that I can't wear because I'm just like, they're not comfortable. They don't agree with my feet. My 11 and a halves. If you watch The Real Housewives of Miami, that was one of the things that Adriana said. A man's hands and feet tell you a lot about their. And then Larsa was like, well, your man has small hands. But I already told you, I was like, is her man really interested in her? He's cute, though. Y'all already know I thought he was cute. Damn it. Next week, just before I forget, y'all, next week, the preview that we see for next week, we already been talking about how moist and greasy Adriana has looked this season. Why do we see Adriana professing her love to Julia and she's wet? That's the last person that needed to be wet on this episode. Sorry. Sis on News says, same here, Kempire, in regards to the friend's partner. Yeah, look, it's just best to mind your business. But I'm okay. Look, choose your partner. You should choose your partner. I'm okay. Data says, ew, you said moist. I know people can. Jennifer's, I think Adriana's broke. When we met her, she was broke. Where's her son? He didn't even want to speak to her. Annie says, I think Larsa is still hurt. Kim K said bye. Yeah, I think she is still hurt over the friendship because maybe she valued the friendship more than Kim did. Who knows? And we also don't know what she did or what she said. Larsa has a way of saying things that make you not want to talk to her for the rest of your life. I'm actually surprised that they were best friends. I'm actually surprised that their friendship lasted forever, how long it was. Just watching Larsa from season 1, I'm like, oh, I could never be her friend. Oh, Tara says convert. I think that's a 44, 45. I can't remember. Somewhere around there. Shout out to our European friends that watch. Danny says Adriana sometimes doesn't wear the right foundation color. Is that just it? There's a lot going on with Adriana and her look this season. I've digressed. Let me focus. Let me get back to this. So during that meetup with Kiki and Adriana and Larsa, that's when she brings up the whole seeing Kanye's documentation, Kanye's penis at Art Basel. And she would not stop talking about it. And it caused a big blow up because Larsa's like, can you just stop talking about my friends? I know their kids and da-da-da-da. And she's like, I'm not talking about their kids. I get where Larsa was coming from. It's just uncomfortable. We're talking about this on camera. And even if we weren't talking about it on camera, I don't want to talk about my friend's penis. Just saying. Just saying. Tyler says that Adriana's career is over for speaking on Kanye. I'm sorry. The Kardashians have a lot of power in the TV industry. I think she'll be fine on the Real Housewives of Miami. All right, where is? Oh, I need to keep this closer, guys. You know what time it is. Get your coldest water bottle if you haven't already. Keeps your water cold for 36 plus hours, comes in multiple colors, multiple sizes, but they don't just have water bottles on their website. They have things to hold your coffee. They even have a pillow, y'all. Head on over to coldest.com and use the discount code KEMP10 for 10% off. Again, KEMP10 for 10% off of your coldest water bottle. And shout out to everyone that has been purchasing and buying and supporting the channel. You can also get it engraved. Get it engraved. So that your husband or your girlfriend or your kid doesn't steal your water bottle and be like, nope, that's mine. Just saying. Anyways, guys, back to this. Guerdy's event. First of all, Larsa was several hours late. She arrived after the whole fashion event, but she does apologize. Not before getting into a fight with Adriana again. That's the first person that she sees when she gets in there. But before we even get to that, Guerdy threw a beautiful event. Her goal was to raise $25,000. She only raised like $18,000 and something. I posted a link to the blog post that she posted on her website. I'm not sure if there is an actual direct link to donate. If not, they do mention the charity foundation there. If you want to donate, I'm not telling you. You know, we're raising money here for Black History Month for the Sentencing Project. After the live, you will have access to be able to donate on this video, but you can see the previous videos that we've posted and you can make a donation. We are trying to raise $2,000 before the end of the month. Thank you to everyone that's already donated. Back to Guerdy's event. Guerdy is an event planner. She threw an amazing event. She even had a photo booth, but not your typical photo booth. It's a video photo situation. So it's like you're at the People's Choice Awards. Amazing. It looked beautiful. She threw a fashion show in between. I just don't understand why they couldn't raise the $25,000. One person there could have given the $25,000. Micah says, I can't believe all those party attendees let Guerdy not get to her goal. That's a shame. All those rich people and they couldn't donate more. And you know what it is? Some of those rich people aren't rich. And some of those people are just there to be amongst the people. And if you're from Miami, you know what I'm saying. And it's not just Miami. There's a few places like that. But we knew it was a charity event. And the fact that they weren't able to get to their goal, me as a friend, I'm like, Guerdy, did we get to the goal? And I'm glad that we're talking about it. Maybe we as a people can donate, but maybe we can put pressure on those that attended. Donate. Like, really? You came and, you know, popping bottles, watching fashion. How much did you guys donate? You know who should donate the rest of the money? Larsa for being late. Jackie Joy says Leah would have charged $18,000. Yep, one of the first things that Leah did in her first season was throw a major charity event where Christy showed up, first of all, late and didn't pay. She paid later, whatever. All right, let me just see. All right, guys, let me drop the call-in link. We've reached our goal of 100. Let's get to 200 likes if you're watching this. Obviously, you've been here over 40 minutes. Damn, I can talk. That's why I do what I do, because I can talk. Let me drop the call-in link and let me pin it here. Exactly. Tara says, donations are tax deductible. Shame. I just thought, and we all thought, $25,000, that's so low. Like, she could have easily raised $25,000. Why didn't we get to the goal? Just saying. Damn it. Now, if I throw a charity, when I do my little fundraisers, I'm like, I try to keep it low. But even we raised a good amount of, how much did we raise for Haiti? We raised like almost over $5,000 within a month. Every little dollar counted. Shout out to Haiti. Micah says, I loved Guerdy's party look. Me too. Guerdy has understood the assignment when it comes to the fashion this season. I think she looks great. I think she throws really great parties. I would hire Guerdy to throw me a situation. But let me first read up on that lawsuit. Just saying, you got to know who you're hiring. Anyways, Guerdy gave a really beautiful speech at this event. I just thought she did a great job from back to front. The dresses, all the ladies looked amazing. But Larsa showed up late. And when she shows up, she gets into another argument with Adriana. But Adriana was already going from woman to woman. She went to Alexia. She went to Marisol. And she's like, oh, I told Larsa that I saw Kanye's penis. Really? Like, let it go, girl. Because not only are you talking about Larsa's friend, you're talking about this man who didn't want to be on the show. He's not on the show. And yes, he's a public figure, but he has nothing to do with the show. And you just keep bringing it up. Just saying. Norma says, yep. Yet Larsa charged a lot for her jewelry. And remember, at the last minute, Guerdy jumped in to help finalize the details of her event. Guerdy has been amazing this season. Tara says Game of Thrones. Shame. I miss Game of Thrones. I really do. Sister Anu says, we are in a financial recovery mode, so maybe that's why she didn't get her goal, hit her goal. We are in a financial recovery mode. Not those folks. It would take one person to write a check up for $25,000. Just saying. Anyways, Lisa says, why have a super expensive event and not get the goal? The money that it cost to throw the event should have been donated. Maybe it was. We don't know the details of, what that was, but it was a very lavish event. It looked good. Everyone looked good. But of course, Larsa shows up late and causes drama again. And then she doesn't even, first thing, you showed up late. I was like, I'm not getting involved with you right now, Adriana. Let me find Guerdy and apologize for being late. When she does see Guerdy, she does apologize. But Guerdy didn't love the fact that she came and started drama, and you're already how many hours late? Who is the man Larsa showed up with? Do we know who that man was? He was cute. Is someone she dating, or is that her friend? Is that her gay best friend? Inquiring minds want to know. He was cute, though. Again, another reason to go to Miami. All right, we have quite a few people backstage. Let me get to some callers, and then I'm calling it a night, y'all. I got my Peloton. This is why you got to follow us on TikTok. You find out more personal details about my life, just in case something happens to me. I got to do my first workout. I haven't done it. I've been so busy today. All right. Hey, Angel Eyes. I'm doing fantastic. I hope that you guys all have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to treat myself to something. Micah says, who that man? I wanted to know too. It's cute. Annie says people start drama at business and charity events. Shaking my head, can't bring them anywhere, right? It's like this is a charity event and you're causing drama. I know it's being filmed. We understand, of course, the producers want some sort of drama. Maybe the producers made a donation. Maybe they threw the event. That's not the usual case, but you never know. You never know. Okay, let's take some callers. Okay, I see we have quite a few people backstage. Again, guys, if you haven't liked the video, it's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. Thank you to everyone that's a part of our conversation every single week. I don't take that lightly. It could be just me and myself talking to a camera with no one listening. All right, Mocha is backstage. What's going on, Mocha?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
Good, thanks.
What time is it there?
Oh, it's like 9 o'clock now.
9 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah.
Wow. For those that don't know, Mocha, you're in what part of you're in New Zealand or Australia?
I'm in Brisbane, Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I personally like when you're a little bit later on your live. It works for me.
I try to, mix it up because there are so many people that, depending on where you are in the world, prefer certain times.
Yeah, like you really have a big international base.
Yeah, thankfully.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try and be as quick as I can. So I loved the event. I thought the message was beautiful. I think she tried to do her absolute best, and there is something about Russell that I just love. Like, he is so quiet, but you can tell he's got such a strong like love and like personality that's like he just keeps for his people,
Mm-hmm.
and he supports her no matter what. Like, you could just see in his face, and like how he said to her dad, like, she wouldn't be here without you.
Yeah.
Like, he loves her, and I'm like, oh my god. And he's good looking too. So like, I'm like, who wouldn't want to Russell? He's quiet. He stays out of the way. He lets you do what you want. Sounds good.
But you know what I think it is? He's quiet, but he speaks when necessary.
Yeah, he speaks when it's important. Like, that's what
Mm-hmm.
I get. And I thought the whole event was just like stunning. I liked, and maybe because I've never been to things like that, but it's so good. And then to see these grown women come in, whinging, like complaining and arguing about someone's weenus, like seriously,
Oh, I like that word.
like why? It's so stupid. Like, even with my best friends, like, I'm not talking like that. Like, and especially, like, I feel like it's so uncouth to, like, act like that in such an event where, like, this is for people who really need it.
Yeah.
And, you know, to keep fighting over, like, for me, I felt like that was the most privileged thing at an underprivileged event. And they all, and like you said, they all got money somehow, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
The whole group, between like how many of them is in the show? Like 8? Like, you all could have donated something and they would have made that money plus.
Yes.
But you're too busy arguing over someone's weenus. So you're like, poor me, poor diddums. And like most people are saying, the whole time Larsa whinged about Lisa being late, which, like, as a person myself who hates people being late, like, it is frustrating.
Very.
Like, don't ever be too late or too early. Like, if you say you're going to be here at 8 o'clock, you be here at 8 o'clock. Or, like, you can be here 5 minutes early, 5 minutes late. Anything other than that, I get so frustrated.
Especially if it's someone's home. If you're going to someone's home, it is kind of, you just don't know what they're doing.
Exactly. And, like, it was, like, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm just thinking, the privilege of it all. Like, this is craziness. Like, who wants to? And like, for me, I'm getting that way where I'm finding it hard to watch just Housewives in general. And like, I just felt so bad for Guerdy because you see her face and she just wanted to curl up in a ball and run away. Like, you could see her, like, why?
Especially because
Any
her
other
dad's
time, I
there.
would have been cool with that.
And her dad's
But
there for the very
yes,
first time seeing her event.
exactly. Like, I just felt so bad. But like, I thought a few of them handled it well. And can I just quickly say, I get where Julia was coming with being so hurt about Larsa's comment,
Yeah.
because I don't think it was really brought up within the show that much. I think it's a stupid thing to say. Like, not everyone is lucky enough to have their partners stand by them through being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
My dad was around for a little while, but he couldn't be a dad, so he left.
Mm.
And that's not the kid's fault. It's not necessarily the mum's fault or the dad's fault who choose to stay. But this, it's life. This is what happens. And I can see that being such a hurtful comment,
Yeah.
because just because you have kids with other people, it doesn't mean that you didn't care about that person to begin with. It's
Yeah.
just something didn't work out. So
Exactly.
yeah, I thought it was a low blow, because like I know Larsa from being a Bulls fan,
Exactly.
like most people, I guess. And even then, like when I did watch Miami when I was younger, I always thought she was quite boring. Personally, I think she looked better before. I think she was a nice looking woman. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, just what is wrong with people? Like, don't be so uncouth.
Yeah.
Like, have some respect. And like, these are supposed to be your friends. Like, that's what
Allegedly.
blows my mind. Yeah, like these are supposed to allegedly be your friends. Like, if somebody acted like that to me, you're not my friend no more. Like,
You're done with them.
yeah, exactly. So thank you, Kempire.
Thank you, Mocha. And Mocha, thank you always for supporting and sharing and spreading the word.
No worries.
Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. All right, going to get to some more callers. I just like this comment. Annie says, the photo booth was so professional, amazing production. I hope people will hire her to throw events. This was great advertising. I just wish she raised more money, but she will be okay. I definitely think people are going to be hiring Guerdy a lot more, even though she probably doesn't need it, y'all. She's been featured in some very high-end magazines and places. So she's good. She's good. Futhi says, Team Larsa. Okay. Okay. Jennifer, I'm going to bring you up. What's going on, Jennifer?
Hi, Kempire.
How are you?
My favorite nephew.
Hey.
Hey, I wanted to say, first of all, yeah. I think with Adriana, let's start there. When someone tells you that they're uncomfortable with the conversation, even though I really don't care for Larsa, but if someone tells you that they're uncomfortable with the conversation, just stop. Don't continue on.
Yeah.
And when Larsa said, I'm uncomfortable, when she kept going back and forth, Larsa should have just got up earlier and walked away. And then when she should have wrote a check for $25,000 for being that late. If you're going to be that late, don't come, because I cannot stand late. So if you're going to be that late, don't come. And if you're coming that late, come with a $25,000 check in hand. And then when Adriana came back to say something again, she should have said, this is not part two, Adriana. This is about Guerdy, her brother, and her nieces. I'm sorry. Do a Meredith. I'm disengaging and
Ooh.
walk on. That's what she should have done. Plus, that girl needs to leave her face alone. I agree with Mocha. She looked it better before.
Yeah.
That's that. And all of those women could have written a check and made sure that Guerdy made that. Guerdy is, to me, I'm sorry, Guerdy is my number one on that show. She has class and everything. She doesn't like mess, and they can still keep it going. You don't have to have crazy drama where people hate you. You can give us a little bit of spice and keep it right,
Yeah.
but you ain't got to be stupid, ugly. And some of them are just like that. It's ridiculous. But anyway, your auntie from Northern California loves you, Kempire. Keep up the
Thank
good
you.
work.
Thank you so much. Have a great weekend.
You too. Happy Valentine's Day, love.
Oh, yeah, you too.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. I forgot it's Valentine's Day. Look, you can tell I ain't got a Valentine, which is all right. Which is all right. I hope that you all are filled with lots of love, though, for this Valentine's Day, no matter if you're spending it with yourself or with someone else. Oh, mate, that reminds me. Should I be going out tomorrow? I won't go out for dinner because, everyone's going to be like, love. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm not a sourpuss. All right. Let's take some more callers. Bianca, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Bianca?
Hi, Kempire. It's my first time calling in.
Bianca, do you have headphones on?
Oh, I don't. Let me check.
Because you just sound a little low to me.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Really quick, I just want to say, Adriana, even though what she brought up like wasn't appropriate to Larsa, she's really like the only one giving me kind of like a little fire from like the rest of the girls. Well, besides like maybe from Nicole and Marisol a little bit, but I really want like Julia to have like a little bit like go after Larsa a little bit more next episode, because besides if we didn't have that this last episode with the Adriana and Larsa thing, like I was like falling asleep, like it was kind of like dull for me. So
I understand.
yeah, but she Adriana's like trying to bring it, but it's not hitting right. But I just need them to give me a little bit more sustenance and drama. Like
do you want to see another season?
I mean, we would have to probably get rid of Larsa and I don't know, Julia. She needs to bring it more, like I said, because she needs to. I know she wants to be like neutral and like peacemaker, but I don't know. I miss the old. I'm glad you're watching the old seasons because I miss that old spark. And I don't like Joanna, but I mean, I don't think she should come back. But I think they need somebody else.
Well, in all fairness to Julia, we get Martina with Julia.
And Martina, she treats her really bad too. When she was trying to make her pancakes, and I was just like, this woman's making you pancakes. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. And I hope you have a great weekend.
You too, Bianca. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you.
All right, we have a few more people backstage. Bernice, Bree, and Adam. We're going to take your calls really quickly because it is Friday. Can I go enjoy my Friday? No, I'm joking, y'all. Love being with you. If you're a part of the replay crew, let me know your thoughts, how you would rate this episode. Are you team Adriana or are you team Larsa? That's always an interesting team. But if you're watching this, don't forget to like the video. It's an easy and free way of supporting the channel. And don't forget to join our texting community. This will give you alerts when TikTok fails you, YouTube fails you. I won't fail you, hopefully. Every once in a while I forget, but generally I don't. All right. Annie says, oh yeah, I read this already. Okay. Let me just take that away. There we go. Bernice, I'm going to bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Miss Bernice?
Hey, Kempire. How you doing, baby? How you doing?
How are you?
Happy Friday to you.
You too.
Let me get this right.
Uh-oh.
Larsa, she want to be the HBIC, which is the head bitch in charge.
Mm-hmm.
And she want all the other women to cow down to her because she said she's more established and everything. Like, ooh, she do look bad. Damn. Oh, okay. I ain't had nothing for Larsa since she was so rah-rah with Kim them against Jordan. You know, she's petty and she's vindictive.
Yeah.
She need to grow up. And the lady kept going on about, I saw Kanye's PP.
Adriana.
Yeah. Is that the first black PP you done saw since you got to keep talking about it? Or is it that you don't have a storyline? You got to make yourself interesting.
It might be both.
Right. Come on now. And I don't care what you say about Kanye's shoes. They're as ugly as hell. I don't see how people are mesmerized by them ugly suckers, and you want to pay top dollar for them things when you can go buy some $10 moccasins and it's the same damn thing.
Well, no, not really, Miss Bernice. Let me argue for a second. The comfort, they're ugly, but the comfort is other level.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Bernice.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Miss Bernice, I gotta let you go.
I know, but Kanye hired Kwame Brown to head down to sports, right?
Oh, I think I heard that.
Yeah, that's gonna be a hot mess.
All right. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for calling in.
Okay. I don't watch the show. I just watch your recaps.
Which I appreciate.
But I don't want to watch the show because I have a flashback and and Larsa is looking like Brandy from Housewives of Beverly Hills. You noticed that, right?
Oh, now that you say that,
Oh, so
okay.
that's not a good look, boo. That's not a good look.
Yeah, yeah. Miss
Mm.
Bernice, thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome. Have a good one. Bye
You
bye.
too. Apricot says Larsa lost me with a comment about wedlock children. Yeah, I think we're going to revisit that at some point between her and Julia. We find out in this episode though they're about to go to the Versace mansion, which is no longer the Versace mansion. They sold that a long time ago. I don't know if I could go there. I was in front of it after his death. Didn't love that. And so I don't know about. I think it's like a hotel now, but it's like a public place where you can go rent it out and stuff. I don't know. No. All right, Bree, I'm gonna bring you up for a quick comment. What's going on, Bree?
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect.
I just wanted to say I'm team Adriana because I love the mess. I love that she's being so disrespectful and so messy to Larsa because Larsa is just on a high horse. Like, if you're coming on a show, at least open us up to your life. Like, you can't just keep us interested based on who you know or who you were once married to. Like, it's not interesting to me. And I remember too, she was on $1 Million Listing a few seasons ago, and the whole time she was bragging, "Oh, this house won't fit my 10 cars," and "Oh, this, like, oh, there's no room for a basketball court." Like, girl, your budget was like $2 million. Like, you're in LA. That's not going to do anything for LA. But one thing I don't think we talked about is Lisa. We didn't talk about Lisa and the dynamics between her and her husband, which I thought were so interesting, and how they have, like, I know a lot of people think it's cute to like have that relationship where it's like one person pretends like they're more interested in the other partner more, than the other.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, the chemistry, the vibes felt so strange. Her going through his phone and then him like comparing her to the mother, and he couldn't name like that many good qualities about her. And how this whole story about the DMs, remember he said something about this woman DM'd him and then he was going to show Lisa, but he forgot and she
Yeah.
found it.
She found it herself.
Really? Yeah, exactly. Really? You were going to tell her, I'm sure. Like, I just thought that their relationship is really interesting. And I'm curious, how long, because I know they already had issues. I'm curious to see how long that relationship last. But I feel so bad for Alexa. I know that her and her family it was like the weirdest dynamics too in her family with her son Peter, kind of since the beginning of the show has always had some sort of anger or rage sort of issue. And I don't know, I just feel so bad for her. But it's so weird, the dynamic within her new relationship, and they get into it and then the next minute they're like cracking up laughing in like the same scene of like that was kind of weird to me too. But I'm watching, I'm staying tuned. I'm so excited for the next episode when Adriana calls out Larsa again. Like, I'm just ready to be cackling. So
Bree, we appreciate you calling in.
Take care.
You too. I do want to mention, since we were talking about Alexia, I did want to give the update because, we always talk about the bad stuff, but we don't talk about, when something's resolved. Well, her son, who was arrested for allegedly hitting his girlfriend at the time, not sure if they're even together. Well, the charges have been dismissed. Okay, so Alexia's son, Peter. Do I have a picture of Peter? I think I do. Hold on. Let me see if I can find my picture of Peter. Do I have oh, here we go. Oh, Peter. And seeing old footage of Peter, I pray for Peter. Look. So as you know, he was arrested. This is what we're hearing. After a pre-file investigation of the case by the state attorney's office, the decision was made not to file charges against Peter Alexander Rossello. There was no evidence to support the allegations. The case was dismissed and is now closed. And this is according to attorney Peter Heller in a statement to Reality Blurb this week. So, I'm a fair, straight shooter. So often we talk about the bad side of things. I wanted to talk about the good side, and that is they didn't have enough evidence. All right, we're gonna bring up Adam for a quick comment. What's going on, Adam?
Hello.
How are you? I'm
good,
doing
good.
well.
Good. Glad to hear it. I watched the episode earlier today when it was available in the UK, but always a bit late. But Team Larsa all the way. Adriana is just giving me some discount Kenya Moore, aka Candace Dillard vibes. I'm not here for that. It's just just begging for camera. It was funny the first few times, but this is just desperate. I mean, Larsa and Marisol are MVP, and I think this episode was a bit strange. It was kind of a bit of a storyteller with Lisa and her husband. I thought that was slightly interesting because everyone has been saying on Twitter and Instagram how they like Lisa in seasons 2 and 3, but everyone is saying, like, where the F is she? Like, she's barely been in any of the scenes. I wish she was in more scenes because I would want to see her Star Island home. Her Star Island home is magnificent, as anyone could see. No one can disagree with that, like, unless they're not on it. but why the hell is Julia here? She is the Teddy Mellencamp of Miami. I mean, I don't have time to watch someone that is stale and just boring. Like, I'm sorry, she has no storyline, and her confessionals are just the worst. In fact, I mean, unless someone's gonna drag her like Garcelle dragged the Natch, why is she here? And I'm sorry, her wife may be famous, a very, very famous tennis player, but I'm not vibing her. She is, you know, she's just kind of like a leftover rotten fruit that's sitting in the cupboard. Like that's her to me. Alexia, I think she's entertaining to some degree. Everything is a bit of a crazy fanatic thing that's going on with her. Marriage, rest, you name it. Nicole, I think, is interesting. I'll give her that much. I think her dynamic with her husband, they're now engaged, allegedly, or something.
No, they are.
Maybe they will get married. But I think they need to have I think they have a fair shot of having a season 5. But I think Julia needs to go. What I read was on Instagram, one of the Housewife fan pages said that Adriana was meant to be the main and Julia was going to be the friend of, and producers last minute did a swap. And I'm not sure what they were thinking, because clearly they were looking at the wrong road, because everyone knows that Julia is at a dead junction, because
it's probably our fault. You know why? Because we're always saying we want more housewives, and Julia is a housewife, and she comes with, you know, Martina, and you know how they like to do the whole token thing. So now we have a lesbian, a housewife, and then how much of Adriana's life is actually interesting besides her stirring the pot?
Well, that's true, but I think Marisol should have been the replacement of Julia. I think Adriana should remain as a friend. I think that's just how it is. But I honestly, why is Julia here? What I just don't know what I'm looking at her. I'm not even kidding. When I was watching the episode, I just fast forwarded the whole scene with her and Martina. Like, it's not as
it's really short though.
It's as in the famous words of Camille Grammer, it's not worth my time.
Damn, Adam. Cold-blooded.
As you know, I'm shady and I just say it how it is.
And we appreciate it. Adam, thank you so much for calling in. Have a great evening.
You too.
Bye. Okay, final thoughts, y'all. Next week, we're going to see a greasier Adriana. Why are we getting a scene with Adriana looking wet and confessing her love to Julia? As Adam just said, Julia's not that interesting, and this love affair between the two of them is definitely not interesting. I'm not against lady love or friendship love, but I was just like, I don't care about this storyline. I want to see more Martina amongst the group and being shady, to be honest with you. Martina's entertaining. She's always been entertaining, though. Even before reality TV. As a sports legend, she's always been entertaining. High Vibe says money bought his freedom in regards to Peter Rossello getting free from, if you're just joining us, he's the charges have been dropped or dismissed. Bree agrees. Not enough evidence and innocence are different. Mm-hmm. Damn. Oh, well, I hope he gets some counseling. Teresa says, I thought neighbors witnessed it. That's what I thought. A lot of things can look. You have to also remember they do have money down there and influence. Stephanie says, no, not Teddy. Teddy's not annoying like she's not annoying like Teddy. Yeah, Teddy is a pretty annoying. Teddy this week was like, I need to get into Celebrity Big Brother. I might do a marathon tonight just to catch up because guys, did you miss my video yesterday? Todd Bridges cursing all kinds of F words at Cynthia Bailey. If you missed that video, check it out on my I posted the actual video on my TikTok, right? TikTok. Happy Black History Month to you as well in my TikTok chat. And I posted my thoughts on it here on YouTube. So be sure to check that out. I posted it last night. Guys, if you don't have your notifications on, if you're not subscribed, you're missing out on content. You're missing out on content. Either way. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to everyone that sent in a super chat. Thank you to everyone that's been donating to our Black History Month fundraiser. We appreciate you. We are almost at our goal of 2,000. We had to up it 2,000 because I think we can do it. We're not even halfway through the month, and we already almost reached our goal of 1,500. So let's get to 2,000 by the end of the month. Sharing is caring. So share this video. Share the donation videos that we've had. Be sure to check that out. K-Baby says Mike Hill's ready to fight. I talked about that too. Mike Hill was on social media saying, he was like, this is a game, Todd Bridges. Calm down. There's no need to be dropping the F-bomb, but y'all know he got anger management issues. I would have not brought that man in the house. But anyways, that's Celebrity Big Brother. If you missed that story or any of the other stories that we talked about earlier today, be sure to check it out. I had 3 videos before I came live. I didn't expect it. Normally we do our Real Housewives of Miami recaps earlier in the day. So stay tuned for that next week. We only have a couple more episodes. Thank you to our Team Kempire and Royal Court members. We appreciate you supporting the channel on a monthly basis. If you would like to become a member of the channel, head on over to TheKempire.com. Join our texting community. That way you're able to get alerts when all other alerts fail you. I won't fail you. Head on over to TheKempire.com. Thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to our moderators. Don't forget to show love to the moderators in the chat and show love to each other. Happy Valentine's Day. I'll be live on Valentine's Day, but happy Valentine's Day if you're celebrating this weekend with your love, your love life, your loves, your lovers, your whatever, or if you just started dating someone. Good for you. If you just started dating someone, there should be no Valentine's Day. Unless it's been months. But if y'all just started dating this week, screw Valentine's Day. Thank you to everyone. Norma, it's okay. There's no rush. We have all month to donate. We appreciate everyone. Even if you're sharing the live, I understand not everyone can donate. Not everyone can join and support the channel in a financial way, but you support by watching, you support by sharing, you support by telling people about what we're doing here on the Kempire Daily YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us on other platforms, including my Instagram, my Twitter, and my TikTok, because you are getting different content, including our podcast. Someone the other day is like, you have a podcast? My God, the podcast came before everything else. So I got to make sure you guys know about the podcast, Kempire Radio, on all podcast platforms. Thank you to everyone. We appreciate you. Have a great rest of your day. If you're part of the replay crew, let me know your thoughts about the Real Housewives of Miami and how you would rate it from 1 to 10. 1 being Peter's trash. 10 being Adriana saves the day. Live chat, let me hear your thoughts as well. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. You know what we like to do? We like to move our bodies. Happy Friday, and I'll see you guys in the next video.